Anybody recognize this cabin right here that Kris Jenner's at? Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell.
I now hold the opinion that Kim Kardashian is a prostitute, and I'm not going to edit this opinion. Kim Kardashian is a prostitute. Her mother is a pimp.
This federal RICO though, on KK and Kris. Ooh, the federal RICO I'm about to drop. Anybody know Kim and cool with Kim? They need to tell her now. The rain is coming, the feds is coming.
Y'all, we need to talk about this explosive news that just emerged regarding Kris Jenner and her alleged connections to Epstein. So one of Kanye's former employees at Yeezy revealed that Kanye discovered some major proof against Kris, including her rumored role as a recruiter for high-profile predators, apparently. Kanye was extremely concerned for North and Chicago because he found out Kris was allegedly planning to exploit them the same way she did with her own daughters, but the situation goes even deeper. Remember that strange party Kris threw last month for her 70th birthday? Well, it turns out that was not just a normal party, and many people are now speculating that it was a gathering for all the Hollywood elites with links to Epstein, because why else would Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg be there? Since when did they associate with the Kardashians? Kris is definitely involved in something. And considering the timing of her party and the release of the Epstein emails, none of this seems coincidental.
Good American on the outside. I've got Skims on the inside.
Wait, say that again?
I'm drinking 818 like crazy.
Alright, let's first discuss what this former Yeezy staffer revealed about Kris. So according to a complaint obtained by People, a previous employee at Yeezy alleged that he was directed by Kanye to investigate the Kardashian family and the supposed various criminal ties he believed they had with illicit networks, including alleged ex-trafficking. And get this, Kanye recently reinforced these claims and wrote, "Kim Kardashian is an ex-trafficker," and said y'all don't believe him and just call him crazy. And this isn't the first time Kanye has publicly expressed fear that the Kardashians might drag his daughters into something dark.
The grandmother that signed for the daughter to do the tape has the rights to the names and the likeness of my black children. That's what we're dealing with. And I bet not one celebrity say yeah. They ain't gonna say They're gonna be like, oh man, I'm sorry about your...
Remember back in 2020, just before Kim filed for divorce, Kanye publicly criticized Kris for encouraging Kim to do a Playboy shoot and wrote, "I risked everything to make sure North's mother would never sell her tape." And then Kanye also targeted Kris's boyfriend, Corey Gamble, stating that Kris and Corey are not permitted around his children. It honestly seems like Kanye uncovered something truly frightening about Kris that made him deeply concerned for his daughters.
For the culture, y'all don't want me, because I feel like the culture didn't stand up for me when I asked y'all to.
What did you ask for the culture to stand up for? No.
These women kidnapped my child in broad daylight.
And now with these new reports alleging that Kris was supposedly the Ghislaine Maxwell of the entertainment world, everything is starting to make sense. So let's talk about that strange party Kris hosted for her birthday. It wasn't the first time Kris threw an extravagant celebration for her big day. However, something was definitely different this year. Basically, a lot of people pointed out that the guest list looked like a lineup straight out of the Epstein circle. She had Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Prince Harry, and Meghan Markle mixing with Paris Hilton, Beyoncé, Oprah, and Tyler Perry. And the event reportedly cost $6.5 million.
Take a look inside Kris Jenner's 70th billionaire birthday bash, where the police were allegedly called. Jeff Bezos hosted at his $165 million mansion in Beverly Hills. The theme was a play on James Bond's 007. Inside the party, you could find all the billionaires, including Mark Zuckerberg, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Prince Harry, and Meghan Markle, her daughter and alleged billionaire Kylie Jenner, Kim, Kendall, Khloe, and of course all of Kylie's friends. For the Housewife fans, funny how Lou M. Taylor's here, Vin Diesel, Hailey Bieber, Justin Bieber, who walked out with mysterious white stuff on his pants, and many more. The guests received 2 gifts, Wayfair Ray-Bans, and special Kris Jenner Dunkin' Donuts. Bruno Mars played, and this is when the police showed up. TMZ and the Daily Mail are alleging the cops came several times during Kris Jenner's birthday bash because of the Bruno Mars performance. I don't mean to be mean or negative, but this party gave extremely bad vibes. And if you watch this video back, or just go look online, most everyone walking in, including her daughter, were trying to cover their faces. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts below.
The whole situation was just strange because we never see Bill Gates hanging out with the Kardashians, and the same goes for Mark Zuckerberg. So why did they suddenly choose to make an exception for Kris? And why this particular year? Is it really just a coincidence that the event happened only days after Epstein's emails were released? The same emails that listed many of the exact people who showed up at Kris's party? Well, the internet definitely doesn't think it's random. And in fact, many People are claiming this wasn't actually a celebration but a private gathering for the Epstein elite to check in on one another and make sure no one says anything.
You continue to meet with him over several years, and that, in other words, a number of meetings. What did you do when you found out about his background?
Well, I've said I regretted having those dinners, and there's absolutely nothing new on that.
Is there a lesson for you, for anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead, so in general, you always have to be careful. I'm very proud of what we've done in philanthropy, very proud of the...
Here's what people on Reddit are saying about Kris's party. Someone asked that they really don't understand why these people would even be around her, let alone celebrate Kris Jenner. And another user replied that it's because she's essentially a pimp they have either directly worked with, benefited from, or paid to gain other pleasures through, saying it isn't complicated. And someone else added that people don't get it because this proves how powerful she really is and that this is Epstein-level exploitation. And another commenter wrote that Ghislaine Maxwell got caught and wondered if Kris might eventually be exposed too. Fingers crossed. But there's another similarity between Kris and Ghislaine because Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine weren't just predators, they were also financial criminals. And evidence shows that JP Morgan Chase massively underreported Epstein's suspicious transactions to the US government for decades, potentially breaking federal anti-money laundering laws as JP Morgan allegedly opened 134 accounts and moved over $1 billion for Epstein while ignoring warnings it could enable his crimes, and Deutsche Bank did the same. And what this has to do with Kris Jenner is that if you know anything about her rise in Hollywood, you know she has faced accusations of money laundering and shady business dealings. Maybe not to the same extreme as Epstein and Ghislaine, but the pattern is clearly there, and Kris has also been accused of running a tax scam through her private church. As she calls herself a lover of Christ online, but calling her a Christian is questionable since she literally owns a church that charges members outrageous fees. And in 2009, Kris founded California Community Church, where members must pay $1,000 monthly plus donate 10% of their income. And because the church is registered as a charity, Kris gets a yearly 10% tax break while the monthly fees go straight to her pocket. And whenever one of her kids needs a tax write-off, they just donate to her church, which keeps the money inside the family. And Kim was recently caught listing Kris's church as the beneficiary of her eBay charity auctions, with tax documents from PayPal charitable giving fund showing California Community Church brought in nearly $45,000 from Kim's sales. But there's more, because reports have circulated that the Kardashians' constant flipping of real estate might also be a way to move money around, especially after news broke that Kylie is building yet another mega mansion right next to Kris's home, leading people to speculate that all this non-stop construction could be part of a bigger money-shifting scheme. And then there's Corey Gamble, who has so many suspicious associations that he needs his own video. But he has to be mentioned here because, according to Kanye, Corey is the connection between Kris's alleged criminal network and law enforcement, as Corey is rumored to have deep ties to intelligence groups and extremely powerful figures. And back in 2022, Kanye claimed Corey was CIA, saying he was sent in to infiltrate the family. And then a video leaked of Kanye speaking to someone on the phone and once again insisting that Corey is CIA.
Yes, Corey's CIA. Like, he didn't even have to say it. I know it.
So when you combine all of these things, it's not difficult to understand why people are giving Kris serious side-eye over those Epstein rumors, and it's like all of a sudden Kanye's remarks about Kris don't sound quite as outrageous anymore.